Click nyo na rin yung notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa bawat video na gagawin natin. So, ang content natin ngayon, ang video natin ngayon is Top 10 Scariest Japanese Ghost Videos by the Paranormal Man. So, let's go.
Hello everyone, this is the Paranormal Man, and in today's video, we'll be looking at the top 10 scariest Japanese ghost videos. I have to give a disclaimer that number 1 may be disturbing to some viewers, and has driven people to insanity. I also want to give a shout out to the YouTube channel Markaaay, as some of the clips I couldn't find outside her channel. I'll leave a link in the description to her channel down.
Sa ngayon kasi mga kapinoys, parang wala nang masyadong matinong Japanese ghost videos. Puro wala na, parang boring. Bihira na makakita ng Japanese ghost videos na legit.
Down below.
Yung iba tinatagal kasi ni YouTube.
Let's begin. In this first clip, we follow a pair of investigators exploring a supposed abandoned house. At the start of the investigation, nothing seems too out of place, but something happens that really catches their interest.
これ電気つくかな？つけてみて。何？
回すの？あ、そこに？
うん。わ、ついた。
ついたね。
すごい。
めっちゃ明るいんだけど。すごいね。
Japanese mom. Japanese mom.
そのまんまだとこんな明るくなっちゃうのね。
ね。
ね。
May bumagsak.
There is still running electricity in the supposed abandoned house. This piques their curiosity even more, and as they continue, the male investigator spots a floorboard that leads to the underside of the house. When he investigates, he catches something quite unnerving.
見えた。何これ？いいだ。昭和3年だって。昭和3年の新聞あるよ。何これ？お皿？猫でもいたのかな。お箸だ。誰か住んでたの？お箸がある。
もう洗ってきなよ。
ちょっと牢屋みたいじゃないここ。
Ay, putang ina mo! Gago naman.
A pale figure wearing what looks like a white robe is staring down
Sa buhos ako nagulat sa buhos ng babae.
at him with a menacing glare. It's almost as if she's about to attack him. What do you think? Real ghost sighting or a homeless person? Let me know.
The fuck, man? Yeah. Kala ko may ads eh.
So there isn't a whole lot of background on this one. It starts with the sound of a dish shattering in the kitchen of a couple's home. While the man investigates, the woman records everything on their camera. When another object falls over, she decides to explore some of the other rooms to see if she can catch anything. After a while of nothing happening, the couple decides to brush it off for a moment. And then this happens. Did you see it? At the top of the stairwell stands a figure at the top of the stairs and looks down at the couple. They decide to leave the house at that moment, and I can honestly say I don't blame them. It may also be my imagination, but when the woman first started checking the rooms, I saw what looked like the apparition of a little girl looking into the house from an adjoining building. But I leave it up to you, real or hoax.
Hindi naman totoo siguro, baka kasama lang din nila. Kasi dito lang yung kita eh, no? Dito lang yung kita eh.
In this next clip, we have two friends exploring an abandoned hospital. When they first start, nothing unusual happens. They find some old medicines in one of the cabinet holders, and just assume that that's the height of their investigation. They prepare to leave, when this happens.
Putang ina mo!
As the cameraman scrolls to the door with a window, he spots a figure looking in on them as they finish up. I guess she wanted to make some kind of impression on them. Let me know what you guys think. This next clip shows two friends exploring an abandoned schoolhouse alone. At first, everything seems normal, with both of them laughing off the random sounds they're hearing. But then, they capture something interesting.
Tatawanan pa kayo ah. Ang ganun boss, pinapalitan nila yung audio. Puta kala ko yun ah. Garo. Tignan nyo kasi, dito ako sa mga nagugulat yung ano eh. Kunyari dito nakatutok yung camera sa harap. Tapos biglang iikot o pa ganyan. Di ba kasi may ano kasi biglang sumusulpot na mukha eh. Nakakatrauma din pala manood talaga ng mga scary videos. Tignan nyo ah. Dito ako magugulat dapat eh oh. Ayun, napaglaan yan. Yung itim. Ayun oh. Kala ko nga. Jeez!
What appears to be a child's face is sticking out of the other end of a wall with a terrifying look to him.
Parang ano
I'm
naman
a bit
no?
skeptical about this clip in particular, as it's something that can be easily faked.
Mapasigaw tayo sa ano, hindi naman. Parang hindi naman totoo to eh. buhay na buhay yung mukha eh, no? Dapat ginawa man lang nilang ang nagulat pa
But the
tayo.
reactions of the investigators, combined with the terrifying look on the child's face, is enough to send chills down my spine. That's why I included it. But let me know what you think.
Ang laki din ng bunganga niya eh, no? Tsaka wala siyang mata sa kabila. Wala siyang mata dito. Pero parang ano? Sa tingin ko hindi totoo to. Itong clip na to hindi totoo to. Sadyang sa unang, ano mo lang talaga, unang kita. Ay, hindi siya sabi ko na biglang dahan-dahan mo yan yung camera. Tapos biglang pag nandun na, biglang susulpot yung mukha. Diyan ako gulat na gulat eh. The fuck, man?
Real or hoax?
Hoax, hoax, hoax. Visit naman.
In this next clip, we see a couple of friends walking across a bridge late at night. Though I'm not sure if they were just out for a late night walk, or to see if they can catch something paranormal. It's a bit strange to see nonetheless. As they continue to walk, the woman with the camera scrolls to her partner and finds they aren't alone.
Ito naman, visit. Ayun, ayun, yung pusa. Lugogo!
A figure of a woman can be seen by the camera falling from the bridge. Concerned, the young lady checks on her to see if she's okay. But this is a question she'll soon be asked.
God! Ooh.
The same apparition pokes its head from under the bridge and gives the poor woman the scare of her life. Her partner checks in on her to see if she is the one that's alright. As always, I leave it to you. Real or hoax? Let me know.
Real. Ay, hindi. Hoax. Hoax ata to. Kasi parang napanood ko na kasi ni sa isa, ay dapat ikaw content ko eh. Hindi ko kasi makita eh. Ano siya, nahulog siya sa building, nakasabi, parang nakasabit siya. Tapos parang edit. Dito kasi gabi kaya hindi ko makahalata eh. Ewan ko, mahirap pag-gising. Yung totoo hindi, mas nakakagulat. Bihira. Ang buhay ito.
This next clip shows four friends eating at a ramen shop. After they finish eating, they head back to their apartment for some more fun. After they get on the elevator, however, their fun is soon cut short.
Ano, sa elevator naman?
Did you see it? As the elevator goes up, a mysterious girl is seen standing in front of one of the floor's doors and scares the friends. After a little bit, they decided to get back on the elevator and see if they can catch the same figure. When they passed by the same floor, there was nothing there. When I first saw this video, it was at this point I felt that it was a one-trick pony video and that nothing else would happen. But I decided to stay.
Tanggal na nakakatakot yung dulo yun.
Glad I did. After coming up short, the guys get back on the elevator to go back to their floor. As the guys start to exit the elevator, this.
絶対そうでしょ。なるほど。確かにそれはありえる。そうだしょ。どうしたの？
今一緒にいなかった。隣に。
Again, I must ask, did you see it? As the man in the white vest exits the elevator, the strange figure of a woman appears behind him, and the cameraman falls to the floor in fear. When you take a look at the two figures back to back, they are identical. In addition, just before they take the elevator back up, you can clearly see that there isn't anyone behind the man in the white vest before they go up. So I leave it once again to you. Real or a very elaborate hoax? Let me know.
Pero yung baka nagbablog lang hindi kasi talaga itong isa eh, no? Kasi sakto-sakto saan nakatutok yung camera niya doon talaga eh. Wala lang, baka naka may camera kasi tayo eh. Real to, real. Tangkala naman oh. Pang number 5 pa lang yun.
In this next clip, we see two friends at a phone booth making a call. Since I don't speak Japanese, I have no idea what they're saying. But judging by the nervousness of the caller and the razzing of the one with the camera, my guess is that the caller is calling a girl. He picks up the phone to dial, but instead of a lovely lady's voice on the other end, this.
本当に入れた。マジで本当に入れなかった。
Ba't naka-censored yung mukha eh, no? Ba't kasi na-censored nila yung mukha?
手震えてきた。ねえ、お前ほんとやめとけ。お前ほんとやめとけ。うわぁ、気持ち悪い。何なんだか来てんの。わかるかな?
Di na matatakot na ito. Biglang may lalabas dyan, pusta tayo. Mukha na naman yan.
知ってるかんないから。知ってるかんない。もうなんだか、おいおいおいおい。マジで。出た。本当にやめろ。もうやめろ。おい冗談。なんか変な声。ねえ、お前変な声に。本当に。キモいんだけど。でも、お前嘘つけ。お前嘘だ。ちょっと待って、何？気持ち悪い。やばい。うわ、もう無理だ。お前もう無理だ。
A strange, otherworldly sound can be heard on the other end, but these friends soon find that that's the least of their problems.
いや、もう見てね。これマジもう気持ち悪いね。もういいじゃん。もうすんだし、もう帰る。帰ろよ、もう。もういい。もう帰ろうよ。もういい。
Tumakbo.
The cameraman steps outside to regain his composure. He pants
Ano
his
yun?
head.
Nasaan? Ayun, yung ano, ito. Yung parang nakamask.
And sees some haunting figures staring them down. The cameraman decides to run away, but as you can see here, it was a futile effort. However, this all could have been a well-planned hoax. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.
Paano na na-upload yung
This
video, no?
clip shows a group of guys following a woman who is walking like she is in a trance. Regardless of what their intention was, it soon wouldn't matter. As the men continue to follow her into a building, they start to become nervous as to what's waiting for them.
But,
After about
ang tanong dyan, ba't nila sinusundan? Di ba?
a minute or two, they come across the
Sa tingin
girl
ko-
they were following. But something had frightened her so much that she didn't even have the time to think about what these guys are doing here. The men decide to stay and investigate what the girl was doing there. It's a decision that they'll regret. After a few moments of searching, they come across a room with some unusual arts and crafts. After a few moments of looking around, the cameraman captures this.
って言ったじゃん。やばい。マジやばい。それでもいけるとか。ちょっといいから早く行こうって。じゃあ、今どこだよ。次。オッケー。やばい。
Nasaan? Ay, gago!
Did you see it? As the cameraman looks into a glass window, an apparition can be seen looking at them.
Hey, lo!
The cameraman falls back
Dito ba?
to then show a more transparent figure charge at them on all fours.
Hey, lo!
After this, the cameraman get out of there quickly.
Gago!
So 2 questions I have are, what was that woman doing in this building before she encountered these men? The other is real or hoax?
Kung totoo man yun o hindi, nakagulat talaga. Ba, ng shit.
Let me know what you think.
Number 2 pa lang. So, nakakatakot na to ah. Ay! Dito pa nakakatakot
This
kasi.
next clip features 2 friends walking through a park together late at night. At first, it's innocent enough, with nothing going on. They're just walking along the park, talking.
Naniniwala na ako na tuwing gabi lagi lumalabas yung mga yun. Kaya kung totoo man yun, hindi ah. Kasi tinan mo, yung kadaanan nila sa gabi, di ba?
Laughing, having a good time. But after a while, this
Gandong.
happens.
何も見えない。あんま見てない。
Yami si!
見ないように
あんま見てない。さらっと。
全然いるけどね
嘘でしょ？
そうだ
無理。
Yami tayo, ni-chan!
怖いね。
マジ
どうほら。
うわ
ね。
うわどうする幽霊出たらお前置いて逃げっかんねあれあるか
Nawala yung kasama niya.
The woman seems to have just vanished, and her friend is very concerned. He decides to explore the park to find her. He eventually happens upon a public bathroom and takes a peek in there, and while he didn't find his friend,
Saan ka lang yan? Ba't walang ilaw dyan? Ano ba
he
eh?
was alone.
Gago. Hindi niyo nakita?
I must admit, I was very confused when I first watched this, and understandably so. At first I didn't know if this was his friend or an evil spirit that was trying to cross over into our plane from a bathroom mirror. It's chilling nonetheless. Eventually, after he leaves the bathroom, he meets up with his friend, but the question remains, what was in...
Parang baliw ang puta. Parang di naman totoo kasi natutukan niya ng camera, 'di ba, na pagka ano na. Tapos in-stay niya dun, tapos parang hindi niya pa rin nakita. Hindi totoo. No.
So I mentioned that this video has been known to drive people to insanity, so if you made it this far, buckle up for this finale. A TV news crew is doing a report on an abandoned hospital that has a dark history of possible illegal procedures done on some of the patients. It is said that when people go down there to take pictures, that they can capture apparitions on the negatives or digital photos that were taken. At the start of the reporter is doing an interview with a man who had braved the hospital with some friends. According to him, he was so terrified by what he found that he dropped his camera and was too scared to go back for it. In another interview, the man said that he saw some sort of a red figure that he couldn't identify. With these two statements in mind, the news crew discovers that they have been given special permission to enter the hospital, to investigate themselves, and to take pictures. Shortly after they go into the hospital, the reporter finds a camera lying by one of the hospital beds. The camera left behind by the first interviewer, perhaps? She starts to scroll through some of the pictures, and what happens next sends her spiraling. Did you see it? As the reporter screams, the camera pans up to an adjacent mirror on the wall, and we see what she saw. In the reflection of that mirror stands an apparition wearing nurse's clothing, staring with an insidious glare back at the news crew. As the rest of the team tends to the reporter, the cameraman decides to continue further on his own. It's a decision that he'll soon regret. As he approaches an empty room across the hall from an adjacent mirror, this.
Huh? Huh?
From an empty room across the hall, ghostly apparitions of doctors appear on the mirror. Soon after, the cameraman captures what looks like some sort of a red figure on the camera. The red figure that the second interviewer mentioned? I leave it to you to decide. Real or a very elaborate hoax. And that was the top 10 scariest Japanese ghost videos. Thank you all for watching. If you're interested,
Parang hindi ko alam sa inyo mga kapilis yung totoo ba yung mga para sa inyo? Ang totoo ba o hindi? Sa akin yung iba. Nagulat kasi biglang sumusulpot talaga sa camera ang putya. Magugulat ka talaga Buka ka ng shit itong mga to So ayun guys, kung nagustuhan nyo ang ang video, please leave a like and comment kung nagustuhan nyo to. And kung di pa kayo nakasubscribe, i-click nyo na yan. So thank you for watching. Sa ulitin.